Well, back up. Blah, 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 blah. Well, welcome back. Blah. All right, so we're going to be tongue twisted. Bump. So we're going to be tongue twisted today, and we are going to do a past, present, and future for whomever that this is for. And as always, all readings are timeless because everything happens at a lot of different times. So this is just a quick, hopefully quick, past, present, future. To kind of give you some insight to see where you've been, where you are, and where you're going, to see if there's any information that you may or may not need to have to help you on your guided pathway, to help you on your guides, to help you and your guides on your life pathway. Okay, that's what the present and future is this is for somebody who is seeking knowledge of what they need to know to help their guides and themselves on their life path. All right, I like this past, present, future. This sounds like fun, guys. Alrighty, so what are we doing here? Get one more. These already had a really good shuffle. Just kind of. Exactly. Oh, sorry, nerds. It's okay, nerds. Set aside my personal thoughts and feelings. So 3 cards. Let's see. 3 cards. We're gonna do 3. Everywhere has been everywhere. Everything seems like a mess. Okay, Spirit, so we're going to do 3 cards of your choice. Past, present, and future for the person watching this. More cards, Spirit. A bit of a mess. A face-up mess, though. A mess that you know about. A good mess you know about. We need 1 more card, Spirit. That's fair. That's fair. 1 more card for our future. We have our past, we have our present. What does the future hold for this person? It's okay, baby. You okay? I know, that fell out. Transformation on the bottom of the deck. Gone through a lot. We have the Page of Acorns. Discovery and enthusiasm. A lot of forward movement into your past, which in your present brings you into the King of Feathers, which gives you your future of the 4 of Acorns. Now this past of yours There was a lot to go through to get to the softness that you have. You've had a lot of devils in your past. Are they good devils, though? I feel like I need to read that one. Page of Acorns. Okay, Page of Acorns, the monkey. Discovery and enthusiasm. A messenger of brilliant new ideas, free-spirited monkey assists in building the basis for new ventures. He embodies an optimistic perception for future possibilities, and he aims high. Monkey is always game for an adventure, but must also keep his impatience in check. His enthusiasm steers him into new terrain, and he excels with bursts of energy and his excitement for anything new and interesting. Monkey inspires the eagerness required to kickstart new experiences, tap into the fluctuating stream of energy, and you will go far. Let the prospect of new ideas exhilarate you. Monkey is always game for adventure. That's why I say you've had a lot of devils in your past. You've had a lot of adventures. You've had a lot of good devils. You've had a lot of good demons. And these things have made you really, really strong. But it's this duality. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, okay, okay. I'm seeing in the past where there was a duality of where you do have a soft side that you had to hide in order. I just did that kind of like that. Yeah, I didn't know. I just did that reading. I haven't put it up yet. You had to hide that duality of softness that you had. It doesn't matter. This is gender non-specific. So either way you put it, you had to hide that, but you have now, in your present, grown to a point where you have the strength where you don't have to do that. So maybe you had a very religious background where you couldn't be the person that you wanted to be as a non-binary person, but now you are at an age where you can be that person and decide who you are, what you are, and where your femininity and masculinity lies on the Venn diagram. That is you. And that is that self-knowledge, what is going to bring you in to this Four of Acorns, that is going to bring you into this strength that also gives you this softness that is you and only you. So this devil that is adventurous and these friends of yours or these people who are not so great, they were devils, but you still held that soft side. You still held that soft side. And I say devil because when you look at the picture of the monkey at first, it kind of looks like a devil. Even though this is a good card, it's still, you can have good devils. You can have a soft side while being surrounded by devils, and there can be good devils that understand. I'm reminded of Pigeon Doll. There can be good people who may not always look like good people, but who are good people who can help you. And that gives us strength because you whatever this was, you decided that this softness that you weren't allowed to have was far more important to you, which is why you left. And that's why this is in your past. This is why you're here. This is why your guides need to hear this. This is why you need to hear this, because you left this in your past. You decided to grow, and I feel right now that part of leaving this in your past, if you're religious or some such thing like that, was you've now had to cut ties with people that you love very, very dearly. And that's really, really hard. That's really, really hard. You know, we have got the King of Feathers here. And one of the biggest things with feathers, I always say, and feathers and swords, is that, you know, you start at the 10, you start at all of the swords and the backstabbing in your back, and then you move down through the swords until you reach the Ace of Feathers. And from the Ace of Feathers, that's when you go down into your Queen of Sword, where you cut out all the bullshit, and you end up in the King, where you end up in your strength, and you end up flowing within the femininity and the masculinity and the yin and the yang of the King and Queen and Swords, which is an air sign. So you're in a balanced airspace where you can see things. You're balanced within the yin and the yang. And doing that, choosing to leave this and go forward and do that, it's really scary. But that is what's going to bring you this softness. This softness you were denied, but you knew was there, and you allowed to happen in private spaces, and other people that loved you and understood allowed you to have. That's what gave you this strength. Now, these other people that you allowed to have this, you're still Facebook friends with them. But you know what? You're not with anybody else. And these aren't people that are going to tell you about their life, about your life. As a matter of fact, when these other people, and I see narcissists maybe even with that, these other people, when they find out about your life and they tell this person, they're going to go, oh yeah, I already know that. Well, how did you know they got married and had a baby? We're Facebook friends. You didn't tell me that. Yeah, no, I'm not going to. Well, can I look at your phone? No, I'm sorry. You're my sister. I put up with you. I don't know why I put up with you, but I am. And you know, you're not going to be going and stalking Facebook, stalking my nephew's page. Absolutely not, because you already know he's blocked. And it was this ability for this person that had to look evil, that's gentle, that allowed you to grow in this strength. That when you looked at them and said, listen, I think I have to stop talking to these people, they said, yeah, you're right. They didn't try to con you. They didn't try to gaslight you. They didn't try to do the, well, they're your family. Well, they're your coworkers. Well, they're your boss or your friend. No, they just said, yeah, you're right. Your mental health, your peace is more important than anybody else. And it's sitting in that present now, understanding that. And that's where you are right now. That's what your guides and you need to know, and what your guides know but are trying to kind of get across to you. It's like you're all trying to come to this point right here. You're like right there. And that's what you need to know, is this ability to do this has brought this in. It's brought this strength and this softness within strength that brings you this. You see that softness in that beautiful fash. Look at the fash. It's a prettiness. Okay? That brings you that. It brings you your 4 of acorns. It brings you your victory, your peace, your marriage, your everything. All of the abundance you could ever want. I'm also being shown 6 of Wands. And the 4 of Wands, which of course would be the 10 of Wands. And I feel like I'm being shown the 2 of those, this 4 and the 6 separate, means that your burdens are being lifted from the 10 of Wands. Yes, 6 and 10 add up to 10. 6 and 4 add up to 10. But right now, those burdens are separated by 6 and 4. You know, you've got your victory. You've got your glory. You've got it all. And that's what this, I mean, look at that crown. Look at that crown on that lion. That's what that strength is bringing in. So that's what you and your guides need to know. All of this work that you did right here in this past, all of this is going to pay off, and all of this will pay off for you. Okay? You need to know this, and just be strong. And every single time, and if you're new to this, if you're newly listening to this and deciding, maybe I do, maybe I don't, I don't know, you know, you're just on this journey where, you know the bad people here, and you're here, and you're ready to move on into this strength. Just know that you might not be all the way over this part of the edge of the card. You might be only kind of in the middle here, okay? But that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Because you know what? Everybody has to get to that middle. Because you get to that middle, and that's when you start thinking, you know what, maybe this isn't healthy for me. And it's the minute that you start thinking, maybe this isn't healthy for me, that you start to keep walking towards the edge of the card, where then you're like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm just done with this shit now. And then when you're done with that shit now, that's when this card comes up, so that you can just walk across into that strength, into that King of Swords, into that air sign that balances out with your Queen, because that's exactly what is going to be the next thing happening, is going to be a Queen. And you turn into the Magician. Yeah, and your manifestations. Yeah, and you manifest prosperity. I mean, this is transformation, man. I mean, look at that guy. This is transformation. This is big. This is new. This is what you've been working for. This is the achievement. This is the there's your gold star. And now let's get that second gold star, because you're going to move on from this into something even bigger and better. And if you're just in the middle of this card, it's okay to just be waking up. You don't have to be in your present. Okay, this can be, this can be your present right now. Okay, this here can be your present, where half of this is the past, half of this is the present, and then this is your future, and this is your beyond. Okay, so if you're just starting this journey, okay, half of this card here is your past, because that's the past that you're waking up to and realizing you don't like. So now you're going on to the other half of this card, where you're succeeding and growing, and you're getting to the edge of it and realizing, you know what, I don't like this. I don't like how my family talks about black people. I don't like how my family treats gay people. I'm gay and I don't like how my family is treating me. I'm not gay, I'm cisgender, and I'm listening to my family at this church, and it's like, what the hell is wrong with these people? This isn't even what Jesus preached, you know? So half this card is your past, and you're waking up here in the middle, which is your present, okay? And then half of that card goes into half of this card, which is the present going into the rest of your present, which gives you strength. And then this becomes your future, and this is your beyond, okay? So past, present, future, and beyond. So for our past, is there another beyond for over here for everybody else, or are we just tied up now? Are we done? Tied up. Ooh. You have anything else to say? Oh God, the burping. It's going to release a whole lot of chakra. It's going to release a whole lot of emotion. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you've got the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Acorns and the High Priestess. This is going to move you. This is going to move you forward into being a force to be reckoned with, okay? So if this is your full past, and this is your full present, and this is your future, this is your beyond, okay? You are marching into severe greatness. And by that, I mean nothing is going to stop you. You're going to be one of those people that you're going to look at your friends and go, listen, if you don't want to talk to them, that's fine, I'll help you. What do you need? You need me to pick up your kids tomorrow? What are we doing? And you're going to help people to march into their greatness. If half of this card is your past and half of this is your future, or no, half of this card is your past, half of this card is your present, and half of this card is your present, you are walking into strength. You are walking into knowledge and strength to be the stronger person. That this strength you're walking into will walk you into the further strength of your success. That will then bring you into your beyond, which is the other half of this card. And then once you get there, you will start marching forward. You will find that march forward, which will then bring you into your priestess and your priest mode, okay? And that's going to be a little further on for you. That's going to be a little further on in the journey, but just know that it's there because you're making the choice to do this work, because you're opening your eyes and seeing that this is something that you don't like and this needs to change. And nothing can change unless you want it to change. You know, you want better government, you're the one that can vote and change it. You don't want an authoritarian government, you're the one that can support the people trying to change it. You know, you're the one that can do that support, and you're the only one that can support yourself sometimes, you know? So that's the most important thing you've got to remember, you know? And remember, when you can support yourself, and that doesn't mean monetarily, that just means emotionally, you can support yourself a little bit on your own. That will help bring in the people that can help emotionally support you as well. So that is your past, present, future, and beyond. And I hope you enjoyed that. So as always, be good, behave, be happy, and be yourself. And good night. God bless you. And we all love you more than anything. Have happy dreams, everybody.